Hi, this is Max from arbitragehero.com, and in this video I'm going to talk about prep centers. What is a prep center? Prep center is a service which provides you help with your incoming inventory. What they do, they receive your products from online stores or from wholesalers. They prepare those products. If they need a special preparation like bubble wrapping, polybagging, bundling, labeling, they do everything for you. Once they have done it, then they pack all your products into the boxes or pallets, and then they ship those products to Amazon. Obviously, the service is not free, and they normally charge you between 50 cents or 50 pence up to $1 or £1 per item. Sometimes it goes a little bit higher if products need special preparation. On top of that, they quite often charge an additional fee for boxes, and usually it varies between $2 or £2 up to $3 or £3 per box. When choosing prep center, you need to consider different things. Obviously, the first thing that you want to consider is the cost of the services. You need to make sure that there are no hidden costs, like some services they charge a subscription fee, which is a monthly fee, which they charge on top of the preparation fees. You also need to understand all the charges for the preparation, because as I said on the previous slide, they can charge you a separate fee if a product needs bubble wrapping, if the product needs polybagging, etc. The next thing that you need to understand is the turnaround, and you need to understand how much time does it take for them to prepare your products once they have received them. Also, you need to understand the process of processing your inbound inventory, because you need to know whether there is anything required from you. Some prep centers, they have different levels of membership and subscription, and depending on the subscription that you take, they provide you slightly different services. For the lower subscription, you might need to do more work yourself, but for the top level subscriptions, quite often they will be providing you with all the services. So you need to understand what exactly is required from you for different types of subscriptions. Some prep centers, they require you to fill spreadsheets and send to them. Some prep centers, they have online application which you need to use to register your products. Basically, you need to understand the process so you're comfortable with it. Next thing that you need to understand is what is going to happen with your damaged or wrong inbound products. Because sometimes, as you know, the product can be damaged during delivery, or an online store or wholesaler could send you wrong shipment, or sometimes there could be missing products. So you need to understand what is going to happen and what is the process for rectifying all of those issues. Next thing, you need to understand whether they can deal with returns from Amazon, and also whether you can order removal orders from Amazon to their address and what is going to happen with those products. If you are already a big seller, or if you are planning to become one in the near future, and if you want to accept and send products in pallets, then you need to make sure that your prep center supports it, because smaller prep centers, they don't provide you with pallets service, so you need to find a bigger service and bigger prep center if you want to do that. If you do online arbitrage, you know that some stores, they have a blacklist of certain addresses and certain prep centers, and you need to ask your prep center whether there are any issues with particular online stores, because if that particular prep center in the blacklist, then you will not be able to order products to be delivered to their address. Finally, you can also check the location of prep center, but it is more important for the United States, because depending on the state where you ship your products from, you can have different taxes applied to you. Obviously, because it is your business, you probably will have additional questions, so you just need to make sure that you ask all of those questions up front to make sure that you are comfortable with the prep center which you are going for. If you have chosen the right prep center, then it can save you a lot of time, because then you can send tons of products to them and you can only focus on sourcing products, but everything else with regards to prepping your products and sending them to Amazon is going to be covered by your prep center. Finally, next step, once you have grown big and you see that you are spending a lot of money on your prep center, then you might consider renting a warehouse and hiring warehouse staff so they can prepare and process your products for yourself. But in addition to that, you can use that warehouse and your employees to also provide prep center services. I know that many prep centers out there have started this way. They started as sellers and then they expanded and started providing prep center services in addition to preparing your own inventory. So basically, the prep center customers are paying for the warehouse, for the staff, and they also process their own inventory as well. So once you have grown to that level, then I encourage you to consider opening your own prep center, because then you will be killing two birds with a single stone, and you will have a warehouse and employees which will be preparing and sending your own products, but at the same time you will get an additional income as a prep center. I will put links to some prep centers below this video, but the easiest way to find prep centers is to ask in Amazon related Facebook groups, or you can search for prep centers online in Google. I hope this video was useful. Thank you.